I would like, on behalf of the Rural Independent Group, to condemn that most savage crime in Texas last night, and sympathies to everybody affected. Minister, it's appropriate that you're taking leaders' questions here today. The housing crisis is worsening, and immediate emergency measures are required to prevent more and more families from becoming homeless, and to assist those who have already become homeless, and to give our Irish citizens a fair chance at home ownership. Fair chance. The crisis in Tipperary is deepening, and despite the efforts of Tipperary County Council, who I salute, to meet their housing targets, these measures are simply insufficient to deal with the scale of the problem. Today, just 9 properties, Minister, are listed on daft.ie as being available for rent in the entire county of Tipperary. That's a huge county from Carrick-on-Suir right up to Larrow, and with a population of 159,000 people. In south of the county, just 3 properties are available to rent, with nothing larger than 2-bedroom apartments available for €1,000. It's just desperate. Housing is now beyond the reach of most Irish people. They will have a very serious long-term impact on Ireland's social fabric. Tipperary County Council recent analysis of household affordability found that 21.2% of households in Tipperary are experiencing affordability issues to keep a roof over their heads, while Tipperary has not been included, Minister, in the Housing for All plan to build affordable houses on state-owned land between now and 2026, and that's an awful situation. A shocking new report now confirms that first-time buyers now need an income of $77,000 to buy a home, which is almost $30,000 above the average national wage. This means that the housing market is closed to the majority of first-time buyers in Ireland. The report also shows that those first-time buyers that can get a mortgage approval, mainly couples, are drawing down an average of $254,000 on new homes, $17,000 above the $237,000 figure in the height of the boom, Minister. So something is badly wrong here. This means the government housing policy is strapping even those who can get onto the housing ladder in a mountain of debt that will take a lifetime to repay. The government's housing policies are a catastrophic mess, and the only winners are the banks and the multinational type developers and investment funds. Ireland's housing problems are rooted in the high cost of construction, which has driven up Ireland's sale and rental prices, and compounded by lack of supply and growing population. The government's plan to give between 120 and 144,000 to large multinational developers per apartment is outright insanity, Minister, in our opinion, in my opinion. The move will only add to the costs and drive up the unaffordability gap that is even there for everyone already. So this is a crazy, daft idea.
Minister, please.
Thanks, Deputy, for raising the matter of housing. And firstly, got to just say that the no counties excluded from the affordability measures. I want to be really clear with you. Aishlum, right? No counties excluded. I'll be in. Okay, you're beginning to sound like Sinn Féin there now, Danny. Relax.
You can't divide the fruit.
It's not on the list.
Neil Kint if we Sinn Porrick. Anyway, Arenos, the Affordable Housing Fund is open to every local authority. I'm actually in Tipperary tomorrow, Deputy McGrath, and hopefully I'll see you there, where I will be meeting with the Chief Executive and the housing team of well, Guramila, right? So I want to tell you now that the Affordable Housing Fund is open for every local authority to provide schemes to us where we can deliver affordable homes, and that's a fact.
We hold you to that.
So, and I look forward to, and I will myself assess in a positive way any application that comes forward that makes sense. That's one aspect of how we deal with affordability. The second one, which is open to all 31 local authorities in the Republic of Ireland, is the First Home Shared Equity Scheme, which I referenced earlier on, which will launch on the 1st of July this year, which in my view will be a game changer for thousands of young and not so young people who heretofore are not able to buy their own home, between bridging the gap between the finance they have and the finance they need by the state taking an equity in that. And that will be available to homeowners, potential homeowners in Tipperary also, and Deputy Healy-Rae in Kerry also as well. I want to reference as well what we're doing with regard to vacancy and the Croí Cónaithe Towns and Villages scheme, which we will launch shortly, will actually provide assistance to people to take vacant property that's in our main streets, right through Tipperary, right through Kerry, right across this country, to be able to bring vacant properties back into use and to enable people to buy them, and that we will provide supports for those homes to be renovated on the basis that they are bought by owner-occupiers, because I believe, Deputy, in home ownership. I believe also in providing social homes for people that need it. That's why this year we'll provide 9,000 new build social homes. New builds, the highest number in any year since the foundation of the state. So the plan, Deputy, and I thank you for your support for the Affordable Housing Act, because you supported it. The plan is taking hold now. And unlike what others will say, that you can resolve this situation overnight, you cannot, and the people know that too. But we're making progress in that space. We've seen commencements on new homes. Just in the first quarter of this year, about 5,700, the highest amount since 2011. We've seen over 46,000 homes purchased to February 2022. And yes, there are still issues. And I'm not saying that the situation is resolved, nothing close to it. But we have the most targeted plan to deliver affordable social homes, to tackle vacancy and to drive down homelessness across this country that any government has brought forward.
Thank you. Deputy.
Minister, you're welcome to Tipperary, but you do talk the good talk, but we were told that we're out of that plan. The catastrophic dysfunction means that all small builders are now not even able to tender for building houses and that are bound to fixed price contracts. It's just not happening. They've given up the ghost because they can't get prices from suppliers. Before the last general election, the Fianna Fáil leader, now Taoiseach Micheál Martin, promised that under Fianna Fáil, local councils would be given the tools to do it, but they haven't been given. We talk the talk. I'll bring you tomorrow to any main street in any town in Tipperary, and it's not a long way to Tipperary, but I hope you have a good long day, and you'll see the dereliction, you'll see the vacant properties. We're hearing about this with 15 years, but it hasn't happened, so you'll be a hero if you get it going and get those places restored too. You both two things you do. You'll provide accommodation for our Irish people. You will also have a living town centres, which is very important. So, Minister, I believe, why did not the Society of Chartered Surveyors of Ireland, they're telling TDs today that the cost of delivering a new estate type home, 3-bedroom semi-detached, was 330k in 2016 and rose to 371k in 2020. All the experts out there and all the institutions are telling you. And you're telling a different story in here, so there's some reality check needed, and you need to get down and dirty. Bring the wellies tomorrow and we'll show you many a good site that's available to build houses on.
Thank you.
Yeah, Deputy McGrath, look, just to say this, that look, we're very serious about tackling the housing crisis. We acknowledge that it's there, and a big aspect of that is vacancy, and that's why we're bringing forward very targeted measures to do that. I've been all across this country. I've been in Waterford with Minister Mary Butler, where we've 72 apartments in St Joseph's, in a converted old school and convent, permanent homes for permanent people. In Crumlin earlier this week, with colleagues, 103 one-bedroom apartments for seniors. New builds that are happening. New builds are happening, and it will take time for people to feel that effect. There is no question of that. And in Tipperary too, we have a very strong pipeline of social homes in Tipperary. And I commend the Director of Service for Housing in Tipperary, who I've spoken to actually last week, in relation to the work that they're doing, and not only providing homes for those who are already on our social housing list, but providing assistance as well in response to the humanitarian crisis in Ukraine. So I look forward to meeting you in Tipperary tomorrow. Yes, it will be a long day. It'll be more than I look forward to you accompanying me and maybe being able to talk directly to the Council. And to be very clear again, the Affordable Housing Fund is open to all local authorities to make applications to.
Thank you very much.